My guest tonight is the leading lady from one of the most successful bands to emerge from the 90s. Still going strong today, of course, the band with the Cranberries. She's now established on her own as a solo artist as well, with a brand new album which is brilliant called No Baggage. It's Dolores O'Riordan. Hello, Dolores.
Hi, Phil. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for spending the time coming on the show here at Gaydar.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm glad you like the new album.
I do. I love it. I was going to say congratulations on that fantastic album, No Baggage.
Brilliant.
Was it fun to record?
It was a great laugh, actually. It was probably the most fun I've had in a long time, you know. I work with this guy called Dan Broadbeck, and we did an awful lot of it like at home, and then we recorded it in a studio in London. But a lot of the creative work was done at home, you know, so it makes it easier really when you're just doing it at home and you're doing it for the laugh, really.
Sure. And you spent a bit of time in Canada as well?
Yeah. And I mean, you know, the way, like, I have a setup in my house, you know, where I can record and come up with all the ideas in the basement. And then when I kind of know what I'm doing, I get all my musicians to come in and play and just put it together. It's
a very honest record, isn't it, Dolores? It's quite a personal record. Was that quite a difficult thing to share with the audience? It
wasn't really, you know, but I must say, like, that I did actually get a bit kind of insular, I suppose, for a long time. I suppose after the second Cranberries album was massive, so I stopped kind of, you know, getting so personal. But then I suppose, you know, as the years pass by, you know, you learn to open up again, and you kind of, you know, you can search deep inside your own soul for you know, the answers.
Yeah, I remember when the first Cranberries album came out and everybody was talking about it. It was kind of like a real instant thing, wasn't it? Everybody just knew about you and about that album. Was that quite a strange thing for you? Because you were touring quite a lot at that time, weren't you? Kind of like playing the smaller venues, and then all of a sudden you were catapulted.
It was really, I was very, very busy, and we were very young, you know, so I think we just... we put our heads down and we just worked and we didn't think about it, and I didn't realise the status, like how big the band were, until actually years later, until I stepped away, you know.
Yeah. Was that quite difficult though, because I would imagine you're quite a private person as well, yeah?
Yeah, because definitely, you know, it's like in a way it's kind of like you're two different people. There's the entertainer when you get on the stage and that, but then I'm a pretty quiet person, and I'm not like one of those, you know, I wouldn't go to the opening of a tin of beans or anything like that, really, you know.
Yeah.
so there's always, you know, just trying to keep the balance between it. It's nice because we live in the forest and stuff like that, so it's great, you know.
So you can get away from it.
Totally,
get away from the madness. Yeah. I get a sense with this new album as well that you're not only looking back, you're kind of embracing the future as well, which I think is good, because obviously you've had the background with the Cranberries, but it's not, you know, you obviously miss those guys as well, yeah? You're teaming up with them again, aren't you? You're going on a reunion tour. Yeah,
I'm going to do a tour with them later on this year, you know, so that'll be interesting, you know.
Very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is exciting, because the last time we did gigs, it was in 2003, and it was with the Stones and AC/DC, and we finished up in 2003 then on a kind of a high note.
Yeah.
And it'll be 7 years now next year since we were together, but it'll also be our 20th anniversary because we were formed in 1990. So it should be nice, you know what I mean? There's a couple of reasons. And then, of course, the fans are really delighted. You know, when you go online, you can kind of read their buzz. They're all excited.
Yeah.
And we have a generation of kids that have never seen us, that don't really remember us.
Exactly,
you know?
Yeah. It's quite a fitting time, isn't it? Like you say, with the 20th anniversary and everything as well.
Yeah, so it'll be nice for our kids to be able to see us on stage as well, because they don't remember it, you know.
Were there ever times when you were recording the solo stuff? I mean, you've got another solo album as well. Were there times when you wanted the security of the band behind you, or was it quite refreshing to go out on your own?
It was refreshing to have a break, really, you know, because, I mean, I suppose it became predictable, really, and we got into a bit of a formula and a routine, you know. So it was important to take a break, you know, I suppose, like any kind of relationship. Sometimes, you know, you take a break from each other and whatnot, and you miss each other, you go back together and you have a freshness, maybe, you know.
Yeah, I think that's great. It's healthy, isn't it?
It is, yeah, definitely.
Now, the new album, No Baggage, it's a very melodic one. The highlights for me, personally, are Switch Off the Moment, Skeleton, and The Journey, which I think has the most beautiful video as well.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Was it filmed in Ireland? Was it on the coast?
Yeah, it holds there, actually. I was living there for 5 years, and it was all done around the ocean, you know, and the cliffs around Holt. It
sums up the song really well, I think, as well. It goes hand in, you know, because some videos don't really work, do they, as videos with the song?
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, we've made some really dodgy videos, but this one turned out nice. Seriously, though, good. I mean, we had kind of plastic frogs and all this. And do you ever remember when we started out the Cranberries and we made a load of Dreams videos?
Yes.
And the reason was because the Americans wanted one video, and then they wanted one for Europe, and then whatever. We ended up making about 3. We made 3 Dreams videos.
That's right, yeah.
And there was Some of them are seriously dodgy, I'm telling you. You know, and I looked so paranoid in them. It was like, you know, I remember in the early days, the director, he said to me, stand up in that box now and look at the camera and sing. And I was so uncomfortable, and I actually looked really uncomfortable. I look back now and I go, I remember that, just being so uncomfortable. But as you get older, you learn to only do things that you feel comfortable with. You know what I mean?
The things that you want to do, and not what the record company or anybody else wants you to do, or the video directors.
You know?
Yeah,
when you're
exactly.
young, like, you're being pushed by loads of people, so you do all kinds of stupid things. But yeah, when you get older, then you do get comfortable and you learn how to just do what seems comfortable, and it comes across well in a video then.
You're more in control as you get older, aren't you?
Definitely, you know.
Yeah. Now, I've got some questions, Dolores. Questions from listeners, and also, statements generally as well. I've got a question from Moira, who says, what was it like to play with Radiohead and R.E.M. at the Milton Keynes Bowl? Because she said it was a fab gig with the Cranberries.
It was really, really nice, actually. The R.E.M. We did a lot of gigs with them, actually. So, yeah, it's always nice. And
I've got Nicholas in London, who's just got a statement, really, no question, but he just wants you to know that he loves you. He says, tell Dolores I love her.
Oh, tell him kisses, my darling, kisses.
Mark in Glasgow as well. What is your favourite zombie film? That's a bit of a bizarre one. Obviously, there's connection because of the zombie track with the Cranberries. Yeah,
definitely.
Are you a fan of horror?
No, but I've watched some of those ones. What you call The Return of the Living Dead and all that stuff. That's actually humorous.
Yeah.
They're so silly that they're funny, kind of.
You like the horror comedies?
Yeah, they're a bit funny.
Soan in Aberdeen, what is in your head?
Oh, it's what I would call an eternity of equations.
I love it. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned the Cranberries reunion tour as well. Where's that going to take you?
Yeah, we're going to start in Boston halfway through November, about the 15th, and we're going to work down across the States. And then Christmas we'll take a little bit of a break and go home and do the Santa Claus and all that.
Yeah.
And then in January we're going to come across Europe.
Brilliant. And it's good because you're playing stuff off the new solo record as well, aren't you?
Yeah, so we kind of combine a mix of everything, really, you know, all the old hits, the Cranberries hits, and then we'll do some of the new stuff. And we're hoping to start kind of creating new stuff together as well.
That's really exciting. What are your favourites on the album, your personal favourites on this new record, No Baggage?
This one, I do like Switch Off the Moment because it's kind of different to anything that I've ever done before.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
An accident, accidentally it came out to be very different. And I like Lunatic because it's kind of it's very simple. It's just a piano and a voice, but it's very scary.
Haunting, yeah.
I actually freaked myself out a bit. It's like, oh my God, this is freaky.
No, I thought that. I thought it was a very haunting track. It's one of the standout tracks, definitely.
Nice, yeah.
Listen, Dolores, it's great chatting to you.
Oh, great chatting to you as well, Phil, and thanks for your time.
No, you're absolutely welcome. And it's a pleasure chatting to you after so long of being a fan as well. So finally got around to doing it, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm totally cheered up now. Thanks a million, dude.
Oh, bless you. Listen, good luck with the album and good luck with the tour as well. We'll see you there, yeah?
All right, thanks a million. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Dolores.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.